So, hi and welcome back, and I'm back in the living room and I'm doing stuff from here. I've decided I want to do more of this like this now because it looks nicer, and I've got some new lights in the background as well, and I just thought I'd, as I've now got time at the moment to do this, I thought I would. So I just want to go over a couple of things that are coming up, and well, first of all, I don't know if I mentioned in the previous video about my OM20 braking and the shutter got jammed. Well, I looked up online, I looked on YouTube about common problems with the Olympuses and about the shutters getting jammed. I looked up and there it was. It said a spring. It's likelihood is a spring had come out of place and you basically have to move it back to where it was and set it up again. And I thought, oh, me and trying to fix anything is just a complete nightmare. So I bought a new set of screwdrivers, took the back off, and there it was. The spring was there. It was in the wrong place. Went to the shop to get some tweezers, moved it back, set it, and now it works absolutely fine. So I'm really, really pleased. It works. I didn't have to have it sent away to get it fixed, and it was literally 5 minutes to fix it. So I don't think I could repair any other things that go wrong with it, but that was really quite straightforward. So what's coming up in other videos, I've got, let's see if I can get this out. Oh, I've got hold on a second, let's have reach over here first, get this one out. So I've got my Westone light meter over here, and I wanted to do a video on like the classic light meters, and this is one I've got, and I ordered this other one just the other week, and it arrived again. Well done for getting it here. And this is the Leningrad 7, and this one I think was made in 1982. I'm sure that's what it says. There's like a stamp on it that says the month it was made, and it's 1982. And so yeah, I wanted to give it a test. Now I tested it against the Westone, and there's about a quarter of a stop difference. So, and I know the Westone works, so that means this one works as well, which is really, really cool. So that's something I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and I'm going to show you how they work and how they work differently, and then go out and take some photographs with a camera that I've got, an old Chinon camera that's like me, it doesn't work, and just take a roll of film with that, perhaps a cheaper roll of film, like Kentmere or something like that. Anyway, so over the Christmas period and the frozen period, I went out with my Minolta and my 7000i, and I had some film in there for a long while, and I hadn't really used it. So I finished it off, and I went out. It was literally frosty and foggy, and I've got some really, really good results. But I've used a different processing lab this time. It was because A, they were cheaper, B, they were closer, and I thought, well, what could go wrong? And it was absolutely fantastic. It was I think they're called the Mini Lab. They're in Northampton. They're actually part of a photographic shop, and I sent it away yesterday. And the actual scans come back about 1:30 this afternoon. So I'm like. So I sent it out yesterday, they've processed it and it's come back. And I am really, really pleased with the results. However, I'm not so keen on the 50mm lens on the Minolta. I don't think the AF lens, that AF lens is really, really any good at all. It's okay, but it's nowhere near as sharp as a lot of the other 50mm lenses I've used. And I got some really nice punchy shots because it's the AGFA Vista, which I think is Fuji C200, and I think it was about 15 years out of date or something like that, and I exposed the 200 at 64 ISO. So yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to go through the results now and have a look at those. So I can't exactly remember which day I went out with this, but the later photographs that I've taken, the last few that I took, were actually on Christmas Day, because I then went out having taken some shots with it and realised what I could get in the bus station where I ended up going. I went out with 54 UN, the Alway 54 UN, to take some shots in black and white of these same type of shots, but slightly different. But I think one of the things I love about this AGFA film, or should we say the C200, because that's really what it is, it's very vibrant. And now remember, this is 15 years out of date, and this is the end of my road. And I just thought I'd take a shot, just because it's so covered in these cobwebs. But there's kind of a theme going on here when you see as I go through these. I went to the church and there was some on there, and then there's another place, and I took a few. And it was mainly the fog, with the bright colours and bright and vibrant colours. So we'll go through these. That's a slightly different angle. I was actually in the middle of the road when I took this. And I literally, there was no cars coming, and it was on a red light, and I just took a shot. But these cobwebs are just amazing. Now, the images aren't that sharp, and I think that's because of this 50mm lens. Not overly struck by the Minolta AF lenses. They look quite, I don't know, even the bokeh isn't brilliant, but there's something I'm going to show you as we go through that I think you'll find really interesting. And this is a cafe that was actually closed, although the light says it's open. And I just went there and I took a few shots in the front of the window because I like this pink, with the signage and the open sign. And I changed position slightly, and now what we've got the open. So I was actually trying to get this to the open, but I didn't want to shoot it straight on, as I wanted the other sign in the top right hand corner, and that's what I did. But if you look down here, if I zoom in, look at the balls, the bokeh balls. They look incredible. But you actually look at it from this distance, it actually looks all cluttered. So I don't know really what to say, but those bokeh balls look absolutely incredible. And you can see obviously the rain on the windows, or so it's rain. It was beginning to rain at some point, and snow again. So it was on the window as well. But I was really surprised at this, and I'm really pleased at the processing of these. That they're really, really lovely. And then I went across the road to the church, and I was running, I think, at 1.8. So there is that adage to it, the fact I was running at 1.8, and you're never going to get a lens this old to have a really, really great shot. But I was actually focusing on the first of these two tombstones here, so it's actually not too bad. And then I went round, I saw all the cobwebs across the top of this railing here, and I did one shot, and again I was open at 2.8 or 1.8, trying to get this to as much available light as it was, because it was quite dark, it was quite overcast. And then I took a second one which had some more on, and it looks okay, but it's not as good as the shots I got later on with it when I was went by the river. And this one is actually down by the river. I photographed these fences before in black and white. I think I did it with some Adox film, the 20 ISO film, and got similar sorts of results, but actually in black and white instead of colour. And this is the one, this is my favourite of the day. And this would work both well in colour and black and white. I think either would be really, really good. I might actually convert this over at some point to see how it looks in black and white. And it's because it's got that punchy red of the weight, there's the sign, and then you've got the cobwebs and all that fog in the background. It just, I don't know, it really, really appeals to me, and also to the actual fence to the right hand side as well. And then I was walking down by the embankment, and there was a dog running in and out of the trees, and I wanted to get the dog in the shot. So that's actually there on purpose. So when it ran out, I took the shot. But this is what this kind of makes me think of is like graded film. When they grade cinema footage, it looks like that. It's got a real, I don't know, a grungy look to it, and I really, really like it. I'm really pleased with this shot. I know most people say, most people probably wouldn't like this, but this really, really appeals to me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And I just went then taking shots of like the different things in the fog, like the bandstand and the chair. They're not so good. As I said before in another video, some films respond better in fog than others do. But it was quite thick. It was really, really, it wasn't like just a light mist. It was really quite foggy. So these are the results I got from these few. And yeah, they're not wasted shots, but if you don't take them, you're never going to know, are they going to be that one like of the bridge with the sign on. And again, I took some more leaves, which you saw in my other video, my previous video, and a few more of the seats. And the idea was, I think there was people walking around. I was trying to get someone in the background, but I don't think I did it. And again, just too much fog. But you never know until you try. You never know. The actual idea is there, but the actual result isn't the best. And again, these trees in the fog. But I love going out in the fog, trying out different things and seeing how things work. And then we have these two types of bins next to each other. One's a waste bin and one's like for recyclable waste. And this was just sat on the top, and I thought it looked so nice. I thought I'd take a shot of it. Now, I think the actual frosting of the actual bottle is actually part of the actual bottle and not part of the frost. Okay. And this was taken, I think it was Christmas Day, when I went out for a walk in the morning. And what I want to do, I want to record my hometown in photographs as it is now. So I've looked at my dad's photographs from years gone by, and you suddenly realise how things have changed and what shops have changed and stuff like that. So I'm planning to do more of this, go into town and just take photographs of all the different streets, so I can look down and in say 10 years time I can look back and see what they're like. I got to the bus station, I saw the pedestrian crossing signs, and again this was open up this is probably about F4, and I knew I'd get that out of focus background, and I wanted the other crossing out of focus and the coud in the red. So I wanted those three red things in this particular shot. So that was actually planned the way I did it, and it's come out as I expected it to. Then again, this one was wide open at 1.8, and I think it's probably about a 60th of a second. It was so dark, but I was actually focusing on this first board here, knowing that I'd get the drop off because I wasn't at infinite distance from that. So that's come out quite well, and I did one from the other end, and you can see again I was focusing here. This one's not brilliant. This works better. This I think will work better on my black and white shots you're going to see in the next video or two. And again, another shot of the streets. I wanted to record what the streets look like, what type of shops are there. I mean, this here where the HSBC is, that used to be a pub. Got knocked down. I think it was called the Greyfriars. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and there's a buy me a coffee in the links below, if you'd like to do that. And any suggestions, what you'd like me to do, please comment as well. Okay, see you in the next video.